Okay, in this video, I want to give you an example of a low competition niche that I just stumbled across. This is one of many low competition niches that I come across, and I just want to show it to you to give you an example of something that's live right now that anybody could set up a niche website in and start to rank, I think, fairly quickly and start making some money. And I just want to give it to you as an example of something that for encouragement, basically. So anyway, I came across this type of product called an inflatable lounger. I didn't even really know these existed before now. But anyway, as I was doing some Amazon research, I came across this. So I just went into Ahrefs and I typed in the term inflatable lounger just to see what kind of search volume there is and what kind of competition there is. All right, so you can see that the first thing that you see when you look at this screen, and this is in the Keywords Explorer in Ahrefs, the first thing I look at is obviously the search volume, but also the KD, which is Ahrefs keyword difficulty ranking on a scale from 0 to 100, with 0 being the least competitive keyword. You can see straight away that green means low competition, and there's tons of low competition keywords here, a lot of them which are 0. So I want to filter down though, and I want to really zero in on the buyer keywords. So to do that, I'll go into my list of keywords to qualify buyers. I'll copy those. We'll go back into Ahrefs, and in this little text box here, you can include pre-qualifier or qualifier keywords that you want to filter your main keywords by. So I'm going to click on any. So what Ahrefs is going to return is any keyword that includes the term inflatable lounger along with my list of buyer keywords here. Okay, so it just takes a second for it to run through this. All right, so you can see here that the very first one is best inflatable lounger, inflatable lounger reviews, and so this includes all my list of qualifying buyer keywords. And you can see straight away that, again, it's a list of green. Search volume, there's not a ton of search volume in these, but again, these are very low competition. And the thing is, if you were to get a page to rank for, say for this one, best inflatable lounger, you would rank for dozens, if not hundreds, of other keywords that are related. And I'll show you an example of a website in a second that does just that. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the SERP button, which is going to show the top ranking websites for this one keyword. And Ahrefs has this awesome feature where if you want to go beyond the first page, the first 10 results on the SERP, it does. And in fact, this one shows the top 98 organic results. So what you do is when you're looking at this screen, look across the top here of the columns. Ignore this. This is Ahrefs rank for the website across its whole database of websites. So this one ranks 23 in the 23 millionth. So this is not very useful in my experience. These two are very are useful, and the third one, backlink. So let's look at this. The first one is the domain rating, and this is basically Ahrefs rating of the strength of the domain from 0 to 100. Again, 6 is a very low rating. So we can see that the website that ranks on the very first page, right after the featured snippet, is a domain that has a very low domain rating. The URL in this case is the strength of the actual page, and in this case it's also relatively weak. The only reason I think that this page has a URL of 16 is that it's got a bunch of backlinks, a bunch of domains linking to it, but you can see Ahrefs says that the traffic to this one single page is almost 2,800. In my experience, Ahrefs underestimates the traffic, so when I compare this traffic number to the traffic that my sites are actually getting in Google Analytics, it's usually a factor of 2 to 3. So, I usually double or triple the amount of traffic that Ahrefs is showing here. And it shows that this one page on this low authority website is ranking for 1,200 keywords, which is nuts. So anyway, I'll show you that website in a second, but I just want to show you that there's a couple of other websites with low DR that it's also ranking on the first page. So there's another one called outdoorsvoyager.com, which has a DR of only 12, and this other one, which is gigadgetstech.com, which has a DR of 5. So I'll just show you the first couple here. The first one is this one, obviously, inflatablehammockreviews.com. If you go to the page, the actual website, first of all, it's one of the worst websites I've ever seen in my life. It's really poorly designed. It looks like it's from the 1990s. So I took this URL and I plugged it into Ahrefs just to see what kind of stats I can get on it. Really interesting. So again, this is inflatablehammockreviews.com. You go in here and you see that the URL rating for the actual home page is 21, which is okay, not high at all. Again, the domain rating is very low. It's got 59 referring domains, which is okay. It's not hard to get that many referring domains over time. And here's the insane thing. This website, which consists mostly of one page actually, is getting almost 5,000 organic traffic visits a month, according to Ahrefs. Again, I would at least double that to get an accurate view of how much traffic the site is getting. So it's probably getting at least 10,000 visits a month, right? So looking down here, you can see Ahrefs gives you a quick look at the backlink profile. So, how many backlinks it's picked up over time. So we can see that from, say, June of 2016, it started to gradually pick up some backlinks. But what I like to look at very quickly is organic search and to see how quickly it's picked up organic search visits. So we can see that this site has been getting traffic starting again around July of 2016. So it's only 2.5 years old as of this video, which is not very old at all. So if we go back in, actually one more thing about this, what I like to look at here is I want to see a site that's getting organic traffic very recently. This is a little bit old. I like to see a site getting a lot of traffic in the past year maximum, if possible, because that shows a site that is very new and is getting traffic quickly. But we'll just wrap this up for this site by looking at the top pages. This is in the top pages report of Ahrefs. And you can see that there's very few pages that are ranking. The site actually, if you look at, I'll show you the XML sitemap in a minute, it only has basically 5 pages. That's it. So let's look at that right now, actually. So if we go into the XML sitemap, we can see that it has 1 page, the home page, that's it. And we can see that it has posts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 posts. That's it. And I'll show you, again, going back to Ahrefs, if you look at the traffic column, you can see that this one web page that I already showed you, the best inflatable lounge reviews, is getting the vast majority of the site's traffic, right? So this is just an example of one site that is very small. It only has 5 web pages basically, and it's getting a ton of traffic still, considering the size of the site, and it's mostly to one page. So it shows you the power of creating good pages on your site and optimizing, and even just one can get you a good amount of traffic on your site. All right, so that's this one, Inflatable Hammock Reviews. I want to show you one more. This one is called Outdoors Voyager. So this guy has taken a more general approach to the niche. So he's got basically it's a camping website. All right, and this is the page that is ranking as well for the term inflatable lounger, best inflatable lounger, right? So I plug this one into Ahrefs. Again, low DR, low UR, so it's not a very authoritative website. It has very few referring domains and backlinks, only 26, and yet it's getting almost 7,000 visits a month according to Ahrefs. Again, I would at least double that. It's probably getting at least 15K visits per month. But here's the interesting thing. If you look at the backlink profile, it's only recently, basically been in the past year, that it started getting backlinks, and the same thing with organic search. Actually, it's less than a year. So as of this video, this is only 10 months that it's been getting traffic. And sure enough, if we look at the Whois registration, this site was only registered in November of 2017, which is, as of this video, is just a little more than a year ago. So this site is probably getting 15,000 visits a month, and it was launched about a year ago. So let's take a look at the pages. And again, we can see that according to Ahrefs, the highest traffic pages are these camping-related keywords: waterproof tents, best wheel cooler, best hammock tarp, etc. And these are all obviously very buyer-oriented keywords because they have the word best in them, and there's some reviews in here as well. So I just want to give you an example of, again, a couple of sites that have low authority and yet are, and also this last site, Outdoors Voyager, is also very new. And yet both sites are getting a decent amount of traffic. They have very few backlinks, and they're ranking for buyer keywords. So anyway, just one example of a niche that I stumbled across. It's low competition and that somebody could jump into and start making money fairly quickly.